So I ended up getting messaged on Messenger by a person that I didn't realize was related to something else. And we got into an argument. Well, actually, they had a lot of stuff to say to me, and I only had a few things to say to them. But what is a common argument with that group is you haven't helped any children. What children have you helped? Well, let me explain how I see it. The best way to help children and save them from child trafficking is to figure out who the child traffickers are and name them and expose them. I think that's the whole reason why I was told to start talking about Isaac Cappy and open up comments on my YouTube, because for years they were completely closed. I didn't allow anyone to comment. But when that happened, suddenly I was inundated with a whole group of people I didn't even realize existed. And now, since I've been calling them out, I have a lot of people contacting me or attacking me because they think that I need to stop. The other argument with this, and I want to make it quite clear to everybody, two things actually. One, donations. When you donate to me, I appreciate it, but you're buying nothing. So this whole Thomas Schoenberger weaponizing his donations, I just want to make it crystal clear. You're not buying shit. I'm not going to do anything you want me to do. I'm not going to say what you want me to say. I'm not going to think how you want me to think. It I appreciate the fact that you support me, but and appreciate what I'm saying. But if you choose to donate to me, I don't owe you anything other than what I already am trying to give to everyone. Two, with that said, when it comes to the survivor community, let me make it crystal clear. I am not a member of the survivor community. I played that game for a lot of years. I spoke at the SMART conference 3 years in a row. I was instrumental in helping the conference take off for Ivory Garden in Seattle. I've dealt with the survivor community. I've gone down that road. And I'm focused on calling out the child traffickers. All of the fanciful little rabbit holes that everyone finds so entertaining but go nowhere and stop nothing, I'm not interested in. And I don't trust them because it's always a control of the narrative is what they're after. And the person who contacted me today, I know he's going to see this, and I'm not kidding, dude. Why do you all look like you're on drugs? Do not tell me you do not do drugs. Those videos, and I didn't open any of the videos. I won't do that. I don't watch people's stuff like that. I just don't put anything in my head. And just the pictures of your videos coming up alone, I don't owe anybody anything. And as far as the survivor community goes, let me explain to you how I feel, how I look at it. Max Spears, everyone loved Max Spears. Everyone loved Max Spears. He had such a following. And I had only reached out to him a week and a half before he ended up dead. And so I didn't really know Max, but everyone loved him. I could see the following. And then he died, and they came out with that stupid shit about that black crap coming out of his mouth and all of that. And then everyone just faded away, you know, like he didn't even exist. Every once in a while, he's quite the afterthought, but it's always an afterthought. So then Lori King. Lori King is another person. She was a co-founder of Ivory Garden. Like I said, they took her out the same weekend that Ivory Garden was having its second annual conference. And it was meant to scare everybody. But Lori King, when I saw her she did not like me, but that was because I was living with Pat Goodwin, the other co-founder, and it was Pat Goodwin and I who had helped set up this conference. But when I saw Lori King at the conference, she had like 15 women just following her around, and that weird ass Amber Volatin. And then they took her out after the second year at the conference, the same weekend, you know, and nobody did anything or said anything. She was loved, you know. And nobody did or say anything except her husband, and he ended up dead less than a year later. Wow, what a coincidence that is, you know? And didn't do shit. Isaac Kappy. Isaac Kappy was adored. But now, 4 years later, the stories surrounding this situation are so stupid that the fact that nobody has called it out, and the few that have called it out, like that poor girl that I can't remember her name, but I wish I was on my live because people would know exactly who I'm talking about, who they unalived in her garage. Nobody did or said anything, you know. So when it comes to the survivor community, I speak from my own personal experience when I say that for most of people, this is just fucking entertainment. You know, they lose one, they'll just wait for another. Then they'll focus on that one till they lose that one, and then they'll focus on another. You know, it's no different than watching a TV show. They call it programming for a reason. So when it comes down to it, I'm not part of the survivor community, and I've paid my dues to the survivor community. I don't know the survivor community shit. So I just want to make that clear too. And I know a lot of people are afraid. I was called destructive. I'm being very destructive to the community. Yes, that is my whole intention. I'm gonna tear this motherfucker down. I've had enough, and it's going to get torn down. And the people who are involved, and then those who just run people down rabbit holes, everybody needs to be looked at with scrutiny, because this group has control of everything. The fact that they're the only thing left of Max Spears' legacy is Tara Joyce. Are you freaking kidding me? You know, what an insult to Max, you know? So I'm in this to take all this down. And yeah, that's destructive, but so be it, you know? The way to help kids from child trafficking is to expose the fucking child traffickers. And the fact that my sheriff lied about that gas station that they put a bomb in to get rid of me, that's where it starts. That's my key to get right into this, to get it all investigated. Because none of it makes sense. And the rest of the world cannot be stupid. I know they're not. A lot of them come on my live chat. They're very bright, you know? And so that's all I'm saying. And I'm not even going to mention the dude that I was talking to. But I will reiterate in the conversation. You said I didn't trust you before, but after the whole conversation and what we just exchanged this morning, I know that my first impression was correct. And I'm sorry that your panties are in a twist. But I'm going to call it as I see it, because it needs to be looked at. And I don't owe allegiance to anybody but heaven. And heaven wants this all exposed. So therefore, everything is on the table. That's what critical reasoning is all about. Scrutinizing everything to see what is actually there. It's a practice that's no longer practiced with a lot of people, but it's still a valuable tool for mankind. Kind of separates us from the monkeys.